I dreamt that I was in primary school again. I was in year 1 with my favourite teacher and I was so excited. I looked next to me and my daughter Frankie was there. I was super excited about this and we took a photo together like, wow, look at us, we're at school. And then I look around and I see that we're at my old desk that I had when I was in year 1, and because I have ADHD, I would get distracted a lot. So my desk was actually isolated from the rest of the class. It was attached to the teacher's desk right up the front. But then I suddenly realized that because my daughter and I were here at school and we were right up to the front of the class at the teacher's desk, that this meant that we had to actually pay attention, and this meant that we both had to keep a lid on our impulses. We couldn't yell out our ideas, we couldn't talk out loud while we were thinking, we couldn't sway to different activities if something was too overwhelming. We couldn't learn at our own pace and we had to keep up with others. And then I began to get nervous. And I realized that because we were giggling and taking photos, that we were actually being watched closely by the teacher. And then I felt anxiety hit my chest. And I quickly said, shh, to Frankie, like shh, to try to get us both to just sit still. And then I felt the anxiety thump from my chest directly over into her chest. And then I looked and the colour completely drained out of her. When I think about that year of my life and having my own desk and being treated in that way, I realised the story that I had attached to it to try to make me feel better about it. I kept telling myself that that situation was the best thing for me, but really, was it the best thing for me? No, it wasn't. In real life, that really isolated me, and it made me feel and believe that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't as good as everybody else. And it just made me feel a little bit shit. There are so many other things that could have changed around me rather than trying to change the way that I am. So this dream encouraged me to look at my daughter's life and figure out where else in life have I been expecting her to fit into boxes? Where else has she been expected to fit into societal expectations? And do I want her to go through the same feeling that I did when I was little? No way, Jose. And it made me question, what other things could I do? What other things could I implement in her life to support her? So if you've followed this far, pause the video in a second. I have a list written up of ways to support children who are learning with ADHD. This is the perfect example of how a dream can help problem solve something that's going on in our lives, or actually prevent a problem from happening in the future. I'm Melissa Johnson, a qualified dream therapist and teacher. If you'd like to learn more, make sure that you're following